Continuing it, who's excited to talk about some Star Wars? Yeah! Here we go. Yeah! Star Wars team, Star Wars a très bien. Oui. We're going to dive right in. Sam's going to tell you about some cool convention exclusives.
Yeah, so we have a couple of convention exclusives that we've been revealing this past summer. The first up is going to be the San Diego Comic-Con Kenner-style Boba Fett. So this is actually going to be Boba Fett's first time on this Star Wars hardback for the 6-inch series. What's actually really interesting about this figure is we actually treated him in his original Kenner deco from 1979, where the character sort of debuted in preparation leading up to Empire Strikes Back. So you'll find he's on this beautiful holographic Star Wars hardback with the 40th anniversary insignia. And of course, in terms of that deco treatment, it's paying homage to those original figures, so it's a really nice interpretation, but we put a Black Series spin on it, so from a deco standpoint, it feels very much inspired by the original armor, but again, using a deco treatment that still lives up to the Black Series name. Jedi Destiny set. Again, this was also a convention exclusive for San Diego. But this item, in terms of bringing a lot of newness to the line for the vintage collectors, we have a brand new Luke Skywalker in his Red 5 pilot outfit. This was a completely newly tooled figure, everything from a portrait body. It was a fantastic figure to be able to update for the line. And he actually just saw his mainline release on the original Kenner hardback. In addition to Pilot Luke, we also have two other variants of Luke. The first is going to be Luke in Stormtrooper disguise, who is slightly shorter than your regular Stormtrooper. But there's also a few updates that were made to this character. It's an all-new torso again to get the correct size, an all-new belt that features his grappling hook for the Chasm swing, and of course a new removable helmet and an updated photoreal portrait.
And now ensuite...
Oh, can't see any of the slides. So next up is going to be our San Diego Comic-Con Sith Trooper. So this was an all-new trooper variant that we're seeing for the first time in the Rise of Skywalker. So we were super excited when we saw the assets for this come in. Again, it's a completely new Stormtrooper design, so it's a very different take on what we've seen before, but it does borrow a lot of similarities in terms of the natural evolution of the Stormtrooper as it sort of was taken over by the First Order, as well as seeing some sort of influence from maybe like a Phase 2 clone trooper where we start to see the influence into the central peak of the helmet. So beautiful new design, and in terms of exclusivity here, just being built out with a full armory of weapons, so the figure itself has
Wow. More than 5.
It's more than 5.
And now, toujours...
All 3 of these items, as Sam mentioned, are only available at conventions. You can't find them in retail stores, and they're at our Hasbro booth, so come on down if you want them. And we'll be doing a contest right after this panel in the booth for one signed by Sam here, who's the design lead for our whole fan business. So come on down to the booth right after. Our final convention exclusive, this is a great item. So this is an EU convention launch. You can buy this today. No one in the US can get this until about a month from now. So this is a great item. It has Luke Skywalker in his outfit that he wears at the end of episode 4. It's also the outfit that he apparently doesn't change after that ceremony. He wears it in all of his comic book adventures. So this pack celebrates that comic book look with some cool comic packaging and comic exclusive accessories. So great item here that we're really excited about.
And now
I trust you. All right. One of the things we are most excited about this fall is episode 9. A new trailer dropped on Monday, so let's take a look. You get goosebumps every time we watch that.
I wasn't even able to watch it.
I just heard it, and I still got goosebumps. It's going to be amazing. Okay, we're going to move quickly through the next stuff because we want to save a lot of time for all of our new reveals. So basically, the excitement this fall is all around Triple Force Friday. 3 new Star Wars properties, Episode 9, The Mandalorian, and Jedi Fallen Order. We took these pictures. You can see some, this is our Hasbro team right here. We are fans just like you guys. We got out there on Triple Force Friday and we got some cool new stuff. So we just wanted to share these pictures of us. Friday kicked off on GMA and through the exclusive live stream reveal, you can see some of the photos here, and continued on our desk sides. We showed several of our new products, including our Ultimate Dio, our Screensaver, and our Black Series items, which we will talk about in a second.
So in our humble opinion, the one that really stole the show is definitely going to be our Ultimate Dio. Dio is a character, we're really excited to see him introduced in the film, but he's even referenced by Daisy Ridley herself as an engineering marvel. We're excited to share a little bit more on him right here.
Featured in coming Star Wars.
Moving. And then we also have a couple of other segments, including our Spark and Go Dio and our RC Dio that will be available everywhere already.
Absolutely.
All right, next up is going to be a little bit of a deviation from something we've done traditionally in Star Wars, and that is going to be our new Screensaver. So, obviously a lot of the product that we do in Star Wars is really driven around sort of the accuracy and being tethered to entertainment, but we know that Star Wars being the pop culture brand that it is, there are lots of ways to have fun with it. That's definitely what inspired the Screensaver here, so take a look at that one too.
Roll tape. Do we need to translate? Yeah. Series, our 6-inch line for fans. So what you're seeing here is our launch wave, Triple Force Friday themed. So you have characters in here from all 3 entertainment properties, Episode 9, The Mandalorian, and Jedi Fallen Order. The great thing is, the launch wave all had white packaging. Now this, we went back to the very first Black Series figure we ever did for New Entertainment. It was a convention exclusive in 2015 of our First Order Stormtrooper. So since this is the close of this era of New Entertainment, we decided to put all of the figures in that launch wave in special commemorative white packaging. This is only for a limited time, but we have it in the Hasbro booth. So if you like the look of that white packaging, head on down to the Hasbro booth.
These new metallic figures, in addition to having this phenomenal metallic treatment on the packaging, each of these figures, every single paint operation and detail is fully painted on the character, so there are no mold colors, really allowing them to have some fantastic finishes and really be experienced in a whole new way.
Absolutely.
Ensuite,
Elite. This is going to be the debut of our Elite Sabers. Different from any of the Force Effects Sabers that we've done before, these use a fully addressable LED, so each individual LED can actually be programmed to do something different. Kind of headlining that with Kylo, we actually get that phenomenal flickering effect throughout each LED of the blade, and it also has allowed us to have the blade be able to clash white when you strike it, as well as a molten effect that makes the whole end of the blade look like it's sort of billowing heat. In addition to that, it does have fully removable blades and comes with a metal infused stand.
Absolutely.
Continuing on with premium roleplay, earlier this year at Star Wars Celebration, we revealed our Red 5 Luke Skywalker X-Wing helmet. This is, again, another real nice continuation of our helmet assortments with this Rebel Hero helmet. Has a full premium soft goods interior, fully leathered exterior. And it actually uses a surround sound internal speaker system in addition to having an LED effects display. So as the TIE fighter flies by, not only do you hear it travel from left to right, but you actually get the green flickering on the display, and then it bursts red when they explode.
alors pour continuer dans les produits premium, nous avons ce...
And last up, before we get into some reveals, is going to be our Boba Fett Black Series Premium Roleplay helmet. This is one that we were able to share at San Diego. This is actually slated for 2020 release. But this is by far the greatest challenge that we've ever taken on in terms of our premium roleplay expression. The helmet itself has over 450 paint operations on it. It's scanned using the original Joe Johnson helmet prop from 1979, so it's the true hero helmet that was utilized in the film. And again, we've updated that as a fully lined, detailed out interior, as well as an illuminated rangefinder. So when it slides down, not only do you have the external lights, we also have an illuminated heads-up display that you can see through to go targeting your bounds.
And the Kylo Saber and the Luke helmet are on sale right now in the booth. The Boba Fett helmet is available for pre-order. focus line, but we think that fans everywhere will love it too. We love it as well. Brand new line. No one in the world's ever seen it. It's very exciting, and it's called Battle Bobblers. Now, what are Battle Bobblers? You might blah blah blah. You might say. Absolutely. Well,
Spring in the waist.
and they battle all over the place. So we'll let you translate that. The expression, let's take our first look at the first item in this line. It's Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. Now, as you can see, they come in a two-pack because, of course, they're battle bobblers. You need someone for them to bobble and battle with. So if you're going to have Luke Skywalker, which you have to as the hero of the saga, you need Darth Vader for him to battle and bobble with.
Alors notre première révélation, donc c'est Luke Skywalker et Darth Vader. Donc bien sûr, comme ce sont des battle bobblers, il faut bien qu'ils puissent se battre. Donc il faut qu'il y en ait deux. Et pour Luke Skywalker, on n'a pas vraiment le choix. Il faut bien mettre Darth Vader en face. Donc le premier pack de 2 figurines, Darth Vader contre Luke Skywalker.
All right, and definitely with the intent of this being a more fun expression, we really wanted to play around with who we could actually bring into this. So, launching with Vader and Luke.
And then, who else?
Vader and Luke.
Oh, Vader and Luke. This is our second slide.
The First Order Riot Trooper paired up with BB-8 and using this sort of flame thumb attack.
Yeah. I love the creativity of, it's not just lightsabers and riot batons, but of course, what would BB-8 battle with if not his little thumb?
Et donc bien sûr, c'est
He strikes away on R2, but R2's going to push back. So now R2 actually has the taser arm to be able to bobble back with
You just wanted to hear him translate bobble again, didn't you?
bobble.
I'm not even
Chewbacca and how many times there we go? Chewbacca and so stack of orcs fighting with Rey's lightsaber. They might have fought on the beaches of Actu Island, and Chewbacca fighting with a mysterious bit of meat on a stick.
Don't tell the boards what Chewbacca's fighting with, or we might get a visit from this guy. Oh, come on. Spring, so spring of 2020, so I know it's a bummer, you'll have to wait a while, but we're really excited for these.
une gamme qui est vraiment
Vintage collection. So this is one of our 2 fan-focused lines, our 3 3/4 inch scale. And vintage fans, it's time for some true talk here, okay? We know we had a lot of cool Black Series figures come out from the Mandalorian this fall. And vintage fans everywhere have been asking, where are the vintage Mandalorian figures? Well, we are excited. We're going to 4 conventions in Europe over the next week and a half. We're revealing a new vintage Mandalorian item at each convention, starting here in Paris. It's not going to be the Mandalorian. That would be too obvious with this image. But it will be, and I'll let you translate before I fulfill that. Our very first Mandalorian vintage figure will be, I hope this works. Dang it. Oh crap. Blink or you miss her, it's Grande! Yeah! So, great new character in The Mandalorian, portrayed by Gina Carano, I believe. Yeah. So you can see her here in all of her glory. She's armed to the teeth with a full armory of weapons, just like that character in the Mandalorian show. So we're all excited for the Mandalorian premiere in a couple weeks, and we're excited for the Mandalorian to come to Europe next year. So very cool. Let's talk prequels. We've been seeing a lot of prequel love lately, which is fantastic. I love them. They're the beginning of the Skywalker saga, and we're about to see the end of the Skywalker saga. So we've gotten some new prequel figures in the line this year. And again, over the next week and a half, we are going to reveal 8 different prequel characters. Very exciting. Starting here in France.
une fois de plus qui vous pensez que c'est
Let's see.
Ready for the Padawan grade.
Absolutely.
This certainly is newness. This is going to be
Yeah. Whoa.
Anakin Skywalker. It was great to be able to revisit this character because historically we have the episode 3, who was part of the original Black Series line. Getting us with the updated forearm. Again, this is before he actually gets his arm cut off by Count Dooku.
Spoiler alert.
That's a spoiler, and I'm so sorry.
If you haven't seen a 17-year-old movie.
Now's your chance. The figure itself, though, again, all new portraits. It's soft Padawan braid, his updated lightsaber, and again, really able to take advantage of that photoreal face printing.
Absolutely. We've got some more images here.
Donc pour la première fois.
Jedi trainer, master. I think we heard murmurs of him before.
Alors bien sûr, le prochain, qui pourrait-il être?
The Jedi Knight Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah! Quite loud when you clap in front of the microphone.
This figure was awesome to be able to work on again. There's definitely some variations to the coloring of the outfit here, but really being able to do an all-new McGregor portrait. This is one we're super excited to bring to the line. Has a separate hair from the head itself, as well as his iconic lightsaber.
And this is great. We did an Obi-Wan in the original Black Series years ago, but we just got an F1 this year, and now we're completing the prequel trilogy, right?
Right. So we have all 3 of his, in addition to the Clone Wars animated.
We've got them all.
Done over.
Collect them all.
Et donc,
Products, but we wanted to let you guys know that this fall we've moved to a single packaging for all of North America and Europe. So you'll notice the packaging has one more language on than it did previously, and that allows us to deliver it globally. The great thing about this is that this will allow us to bring our items more broadly to the EU, and so it should solve up some of the distribution challenges we've had. Also, 10 minutes, perfect. Thank you, Gary. Couple notes here. So we revealed these at New York Comic-Con, and we revealed that Princess Leia had VC number 150. Well, after we announced that, a few items came into the market with VC number 164. So we just wanted to clarify for fans, those few pieces of Leia out as VC 164 will exist, but Leia is VC 150, and then actually the Cara Dune, I believe, that we revealed will be VC 164. So wanted to clear that up. And then there were some questions about the special action figure set. That's obviously an Empire Strikes Back set, but it's on the Double Bar New Hope card back. In the past, in the vintage collection, there's precedent for both, so we decided to go with the double bars because it keeps the packaging cleaner with that 5L translation. So if you're a Star Wars fan, or a Power Rangers fan, or a Transformers fan, tune in to our panels this coming weekend. We'll be in Lucca in Italy next weekend, Barcelona also next weekend, so lots of reveals, and then Germany, didn't pop up yet. There it is, Germany in December, so very excited. And one final note, all the fan items, the vintage and Black Series items revealed today will be on pre-order tomorrow here in the EU and then on Monday in the US. So very exciting, and I think we've got about 5 to 10 minutes for Q&A.
It's available Amazon.
le casque est disponible sur Amazon.
Regarding the Power Rangers movie, Hasbro has taken on this brand, and so we have so much stories that we want to tell. So I can't say anything today, but more to come.
Alors, nous...
Yes, très bien.
Oh, to go back and have that all revealed to me for the first time. So the Mandalorian is a new series that... What?
You said buckle up.
It's a new series that Lucasfilm's been working on. It's being written, directed, and created by Jon Favreau, as well as Dave Filoni. So it covers off a very familiar time period. So it's the time after Return of the Jedi, and it follows a character only known as the Mandalorian. I don't know how much I can even speak to this. There are incredible teaser trailers for it. Hopefully we're going to see a trailer soon. It is launching on Disney Plus on
11/12, I think. It's the first ever Star Wars live action television show. First in history.
Alors,